Hey, sweet soul, welcome back to Conscious Lifestyle Coaching. My name is Raileigh Easterling. First, I want to say thank you and welcome to all the new subscribers. Conscious Lifestyle Coaching is a sacred space for those on a path of self-development, healing, and spirituality. And thank you for all the love, for the people who've been journeying with me for a while. Some days, being as pregnant as I am, it's difficult to get online and to share a message, but you guys motivate me to keep going, and ultimately it does give me so much joy to connect with you all on the conscious plane. So that being said, today's message is to not try to understand what God, the universe, source may be doing in your life right now. If you're someone who is very intellectual, which if you're interested in consciousness, then maybe you love studying neuroscience, the science of the brain, just you like clarity, you love understanding all connections in life at a deeper level. You know that there is no such thing as coincidence. There is deeper meaning and purpose to all facets of life. And that's what makes life such an adventure and fun to explore. That's why I love being a writer and a poet. There's multiple perspectives and ways to even look at one dimension of life. But sometimes that can prevent us from moving forward or having peace in our life when we really want an answer from God and God is not answering us. So if that's you, if this message is for you today, God is reminding us not to need or seek an answer, and to surrender your own ideas sometimes. Yes, you have a divine purpose and mission, and when you're really tuned in and have been awakened to it, it's likely not going to shift, but how it operates, how it's sculpted, how it chooses to blossom in life, not all of it's going to be up to you or under your control. So it's something I've had to sacrifice and surrender. The timing of certain things, how I do certain things in my business, for example, making room for other blessings that aren't here yet, but is something I've prayed for. And sometimes when we pray for things, they're not here yet, we don't know what it is, we're afraid of it. And so God is planning behind the scenes. God is moving things behind the scenes so that we can ultimately be successful and thrive. Sometimes what we define and determine in our own ego as success or peace or love is different than how God is defining it for ourselves at this time. And that takes a lot of humility to get out of our own way like that and to let God lead us. So sometimes in life we have to be reminded that we are not always in control, and that's been coming up a lot in these recent videos. How we are co-creating. We're co-creating the mission, the divine life that we've been called to. And so when divine purpose starts to stress us out or overwhelm us, that is when we have to take a step back. And sometimes it's not something we allow to happen very easily. And so that's why we get sick or put down in certain ways in our life. So we're forced to almost to ask God to help us, to ask God to come in. And it's beauty in the struggle, in the sense when we're reminded that it's not all up to us, it's not all on our shoulders, and that there's a perfect divine timing for everything. So if you've been trying to get an answer or get clarity on something and it just doesn't come, that's okay. This is just a time to meditate and to allow the mind to rest. Sometimes we don't have to investigate anything. And sometimes we have to be okay that an answer may never come in this lifetime. We can't depend on answers or clarity or solutions all the time to have peace in our life. We just have to trust what's happening and trust that it's the most loving timeline, which can be hard, especially when we don't perceive what's happening in our life as love, or it's opening a door for us to access love again, or a higher version of love. So it's up to you to discern where you are in that journey. Is God trying to show you how much love is present now? Or is God trying to nudge you towards more love that is possible? Maybe it's a mix of both. And I think it's always a mix of both. If you are struggling with not having an answer, maybe it just overwhelms you with grief or rage, that's understandable. And so that's just a call to turn back into gratitude again. If you had an answer, there's something about how that answer would come to you or what it would do when you receive it that would harm you. And this is true because if it wasn't the case, you would have that answer. You would have that clarity, that solution, that understanding. And so also understand it's God's protection when the clarity doesn't come. When the resolution that you're seeking doesn't come, it is God's protection. You have to trust that. And yes, it is sometimes difficult to remember that we are not of the highest authority. And I hear a lot of men especially talk about that. When they believe everything is on their shoulders, the masculine, to provide, protect, do everything all at once. And that's when we have to lean on God. And sometimes not ask the questions, just ask for help. Don't ask for an answer. Don't chase the solution. Ask for help and it will come. And God hears very clearly. God hears you. So you don't have to ask every hour, every day. Just go into your sacred space and you ask and you pray. And then trust that answer is on the way. And you let it go. And you meditate and you return to gratitude, to the love in the present moment. So thank you so much for listening. Thank you for being on this journey with me. If I could be of service to you, please reach out. ConsciousLifestyleCoaching.com. You can learn more about my offerings. Book a one-on-one coaching session with me at any time. And we'll meditate on solutions and clarity. And no, I can't always give you 100% of what they might be, but it's going to help you move in a certain direction at least. And that's all I believe the divine God is asking of us, to keep believing, trusting, having faith, and moving forward, despite what our circumstances may be. So if you need a space for that kind of empowerment and that type of loving guidance, that is what I'm here for. So again, ConsciousLifestyleCoaching.com. You can learn more about my resources and offerings in the description box below. Thank you for the likes, comments, shares, subscribes, and I will see you in the next video. Peace and love.